Hello, good morning. Today we are going to talk about perpetuity. So, what do we mean by perpetuity? Perpetuity is an annuity in which the payments continue indefinitely. So, it means that the annuity is endless, okay? Or there's no definite period in which annuity would end. Okay, sige lang og bayad, 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 or sige lang invest, invest, invest. There is no fixed period until when the annuity will end. So that's why it's called perpetuity. So here is its cash flow diagram. So as you can see, yung annuity niya nag-end until or the end here is until infinity. Okay? Alright, so remember that here is the formula for the present worth of an annuity, right? So if i-separate na ko ang kanina factor, separate na ko, okay? Gi-bracket na ko siya, and then gi-separate na ko ang A over I. So if n equal to infinity, kasi nga perpetuity, 'di ba? Perpetual. Walang hanggan kung sa Tagalog pa. So if we substitute infinity sa n, so a large number, 'di ba large number ni raised to infinity, divided by a large number is 1, right? Large number divided by itself na large number, so it's approximately 1. So that's why the present worth of a perpetuity is equal to A over I lang. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go for the examples. Find the present worth or value in pesos of a perpetuity of 15,000 payable semi-annually if the money is worth 8% compounded quarterly. So, how do we know na perpetuity na formula atong gamiton? So, some problems, they really indicate the word perpetuities, just like this. So, nag-mention siya og perpetuity, therefore, this is perpetuity. So, here's a trick here. Unsa daw ang present value or present worth sa perpetuity na payable siya semi-annually. So, M is 2, right? If the money is worth 8% compounded quarterly. So, the money daw is compounded quarterly. So, M equal to 4. So, saan man nato na kaduha bali naay nag-mention og M equal to ug napoy nag-mention M equal 4. So, we have to get the effective interest for payable semi-annually. So, inani na siya, 'di ba? If you can remember, 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. So, equate nimo na siya. The effective interest payable semi-annually is equal to the effective interest compounded quarterly. So, kung semi-annually, pila ang rate, 'di ba? Kay kabalo naman ka na kung quarterly, 8% ang rate. So, you have to know what is the rate kung semi-annually na. So, that's why nag-equate ang effective interest. So, therefore, if semi-annually, ang equivalent niya na rate is 0.0808. Okay? So, ang I ana is of course R over M. And R is 0.0808. So, divided by 2. So, nganong divided by 2 ni siya? Kay gusto man ka makabalo what if payable semi-annually. So, therefore, I for semi-annually is 0.0404. Now, you are ready to substitute it in the formula na P equal to A over I So P equal to 371,287.1287. Okay, now let's move on to our next example. What amount of money invested today at 15% interest can provide the following scholarships? 30,000 at the end of each year for 6 years, 40,000 for the next 6 years, and 50,000 thereafter. Okay, so unsa daw ang kwarta na i-invest karon so that kaning kwartahan ni maka-generate siya og 30,000 at each year siya tapos 6 years mahitabo and then 40,000 6 year na siya and then 50,000 na thereafter. So, here's the keyword. Though wala nag-mention og perpetuity, but nag-mention siya thereafter. So, walay fixed period, kanus ang mahuman ning paghatag-hatag og 50,000. Thereafter man. So, that's why you can really know or think na this might be perpetuity. Okay, so let's draw the cash flow diagram. So here is its cash flow diagram. Unsa daw ang invest na kwarta karon? So that is P, the present worth of the money, so that it can provide or makahatag siya the following scholarships 30,000 at the end of each year for 6 years. So when n is equal to 1, sugod na ang 30,000 up until 6th year. So 30,000. After ana, 40,000 na pod for the next 6 years. So when n equal to 7 na, 40,000 na, and then 6 years man daw na mahitabo. So 7 plus 6 as kuanday 6 plus 6, 12. So, pila man ni kabuok n diri? Apil ang 7 ha? 6. Diba kay ang difference between 7 and 12 is 5. Ni apil man ang 7, so 6. Kaya, diba, 40,000 for the next 6 years. Okay? And then, after ana, 50,000 na pod ang ihatag. So, after sa n equal to 12, 50,000 na pod. And then, padayon na siya thereafter. So, there's no fixed period when will it end. Okay, so, that's why infinity ang nakabutang dira. So, mauna ato ang cash flow. So, how do we solve for the present worth of all of these? So, kaning 30,000, of course, dalo na to na siya sa present. Ang 40,000, dalon sa diri. Okay? And then, dalo na po siya diri. Ang 50,000, dalon siya diri. And then, after ana, dalon siya diri. Okay? So, that's why maoni ang iyahang solution. So, as you can notice, ngano ni siya? Ngano ni? Kani. This might be P1. So, pagdala dira P1. Okay? Kani, P1 ni siya. Present worth na siya sa annuity na formula. And then, kaning second term, kani siya, di ba, mura man ni siya deferred annuity. So, dalunin mo ni siya diri. So, P2. So, P2 lang ni na term, P2. And then, ang P2, dalo na po ni mo diri. So, P3 na ni. So, pag i-divide ni mo ginana, P3 na ang mahitabo. Diba? P3 na ni tanan. Kani, P3 na ni tanan. And then, kani siya, perpetuity. So, dalon sa nato diri so P4. And then, ang P4, dalon na pod nato diri. So, P5. So, kanitanan na term P5 ni. Kaya gidivide man na to ani. So, therefore, the total present worth is 241,282.32. Okay, so that's it for perpetuity. Now, let's move on to amortization schedule. So, unsa ning amortization schedule? Kibali, ano lang ni siya, list of payments. Okay? Imo lang siyang i-table or i-schedule ang payments. So, magamit diri ang ato ang knowledge sa annuity. So, amortization or installment or payments is any method of repaying a debt, the principal and the interest included, usually by a series of equal payments at equal interval of time. Okay, so it's like a schedule. Kanina month or kanina period, kanimong bayaran, and then sunod na pod. Para makabalo ka how much of the interest are paid or how much of the principal are paid. Okay? So, marami siyang accounting na trabaho, bookkeeping. Okay, so we have this one, a debt of 5,000 with interest at 12% compounded semi-annually is to be amortized by equal semi-annual payments over the next 3 years. The first due in 6 months. Find the semi-annual payments and construct an amortization schedule. Okay, so naado kay utang na 5,000 na ang interest is 12% compounded semi-annually. So, if 12% compounded semi-annually, then per period or per 6 months, per half a year, na kay 6% na interest, di ba? Kasi 12% man daw siya compounded semi-annually. So, kaduha ka-times na ang total interest is 12%. So, therefore, I equal to R over M, so equal to 6%, right? And then, ang period, kung kanusa ka magbayad or kapila ka magbayad, is N. N is empty, where M is 2 kay semi-annually man, times T kay over the next 3 years. So, therefore, the total period is 6, right? Balik ka 6 times ka magbayad. So, here is the kanang cash flow, di ba? Annuity lang man ni siya. Okay, so this is the formula for the ordinary annuity. So, if the present worth, ang debt nimo is 5,000, so pila man imong installment ang akibali, A na siya. So, to solve for A, we have 1,016.81. Okay ha? So, mao na ang imong bayaran kada month. Kada 6 months. So, sa previous nato na discussion, di ba, kutob lang man ta diri. O, pila man ang bayaran per period. O, 1,016.81. But we really do not know how much of that interest is paid and how much of that principal is paid. Kaya, we will make a table, just like in accounting, right? So, as you can see, there are 6 periods. Diba? Kay 3 years ka magbayad every 6 months. So, kung every 6 months for 3 years, 6 na kabuok. Diba? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, in the first period, your outstanding principal at beginning of period is 5,000, of course. Pagsugod pa lang, ang utang nimo dayon 5,000. So, interest due at the end of the period, so kung 6% ang interest per period or per 6 months per N, so i-times na nimo 5,000 times 6% is 300 pesos. So, this is earned na interest at the first period. And then remember that your per month na bayad is 1,000 per 6 months na bayad or per installment na bayad rather is 1,016.81. Okay, so kung 1,016.81 ang imuhang gibayad for that period, nya 300 ang interest ato, pila imong nabayaran sa principal or pila imong nabayad sa inahan partly. So 1,016.81 minus 300, so we have 716.81. Okay, and then go na pud ta sa second period. So unsa man atong isulat diri 5,000 minus 716.81. So 5,000 times 716.81. Minus 5,000 minus 716.81. So this would be 4283. Okay, so unsa naman atong isulat diri 5,000, di ba 5,000 man gyud imong utang minus ang katong nabayaran na sa imong principal na 716.81. So this would be 4283.19. 5,000 minus 716 kibali ang nabili na lang sa imong principal gyud 4283.19. Okay? And then ang interest is 6% man. So times 6%. So this would be 256.9914. Okay? And then your per period na payment is 1,016.81. So 1,016.81 minus 256.9914. So 759.8186. Kibali, for the second period, ang interest earned ato is 256 kapin. So 1,016 man kapin ang imuhang per installment. So ang nabayaran sa principal ato is 759.8186. And then for the third period na, ang nabili na gid sa inahan or sa original principal na utang is 4283.19 minus 759.8186. So we have 3523.3714. Okay, mo na lang ni imuhang principal and then times na nimo nag-interest. So we have 211.4023. Okay, and then ang installment nimo, remember, 1,016.81. So i-minus nimo na. So ang nabayaran na si mong principal is 805.4077. And then, diri na pud ka, minus na nimo sa 3523.3714. So, ang nabili na lang si mong principal at the fourth period is 2717.9637 times 6%. So, 163.0778. And then, don't forget, your installment is ito. So, i-minus nimo na. So, we have 853.7322. So, mao na imuhang i-minus na pod sa principal. So, 1864 na lang ang nabilin sa imuhang principal at the fifth period. Times 6%, 111.8539. So, don't forget your installment is ito. So, mo ni ang nabayaran sa imong principal tanan. And then, At the 6th period, mao na lang ni ang nabilin sa imong utang. And then interest, 57.5566. And then don't forget mo ni imong per installment. So i-minus nimo na. So mo ni ang nabayaran sa imuhang principal. Okay? So how do we know if tama ato ang amortization schedule? So let's total everything. There is a principal repaid at the end of the period. So this is approximately 5,000. So tama ay mong gibuhat kung ang principal repaid at the end of the period, all in all total 5,000 kay mao man imong utang, 'di ba? So ang tanan-tanan nimo na nabayad per installment, so time 1,016.81 times 6 kay kauno man ka nagbayad. So tanan nimo tanan nahatag is 6,100.86. Okay, so tanan interest earned, i-add nimo 300 plus 256.9914 plus 211.4023 plus 163.0778 plus 111.8539 plus 57.5566. So this is approximately 1,100.882. So ang difference between the two, 6,100.86 minus 5,000 is, of course, diba, 1,100 point something. So, makabalo ka kung tama, kung ang ilang difference, dere ug dere, is equal to the total interest earned. There is a total interest earned. Okay? So, here is your amortization schedule. Meaning, naay breakdown. Kung tayo no magbayad ka, pila man dira sa part sa imong gibayad ang for interest only or pila sa part sa imong bayad na for principal only. Okay? So, for example, na imuhangyo sa imo, ay wala mo kay kwarta ron, ay pwede interest lang sa akong bayaran. O di ma-compute nimo kung tahay at the second period nang hangyo siya sa imo, wala siya kwarta sa, ang bayaran lang sa niya kay interest. Pwede na siya. Para sa pawn shop, okay ka nang magsangla ka og alahas. Pwede man na nga interest lang imong bayaran. Interest lang and then pag abot sa end, dito na nimo ibundak ang principal. Para dili ka madak-an kung dili nimo afford ang 1,016.81 per 6 months. Pwede man na kung tahay, magutang ka no, magsangla ka og kanang alahas 5,000 ang worth sa alahas. So, pwede lang na per period interest lang mong bayaran kay gamay raman. And then at the end of the 6th period, kung gusto na nimo lukaton ang imuhang alahas, then bayad kag 5,000 buo. Kay nabayaran naman nimo ang interest paunti-unti. So, with the amortization schedule, you will know the breakdown, how much of that is for interest, and how much for that is the for principal alone. Next topic is uniform gradient series. So, when we say uniform gradient series, this is a constant increase in the series of payment. So, kibali, series of payment siya, but there's a constant increase. So, kibali, for the first period, bayad kag 1,000, next na pud 1,500, next na pud 2,000, next na pud 2,500. Next na po, 3,000. Okay, so there's a constant increase. Why? Because in every period, nag-increase siya og 500. So sa uniform gradient series, actually, that is equivalent to 2 cash flow. Why? Kasi 'di ba if we can see, same man ang base ani. Ang base ani is 1,000, 'di ba? 1,000. So, ang annuity kibali ani, annuity is kanang same siya, 'di ba, per period. So, annuity is 1,000. And then, ang difference niya, 'di ba, this one is 500. And then, 500. And so on and so forth. So, per period, naga-increase ang iyahang difference. So, ang difference is called the gradient. Okay, for the first period, wala pa na siya difference, so 0. Sa second period, ang difference na nila is G. And then the third period, 2G na. Until the fourth period, 3G. Fifth period is 5n minus 1 times G. So, pila man ni ka n? 5. So, 5 minus 1 times G. So, 4G. 'Di ba? 4G kasi 3,000. 3,000 minus 1,000 is 2,000. 2,000 divided by 500, G is 500. So, 4G. Tama na 4G. Okay, so again, what I'm saying is, ang kanisya na cash flow, this is actually made up of two cash flows, annuity as well as gradient. Okay? So, therefore, the present worth is equal to the present worth by annuity plus present worth by gradient. Okay, so let's have this present worth of uniform gradient. So, mao ni ang present worth sa uniform gradient. So, you can see. And then, ang P dara present worth, ang G uniform value of increase. So, the equivalent annual amount is ito na formula. So, you can just familiarize the formula for this one. Alright, let's have example. Find the present worth of all the cash disbursements using gradient interest formulas if money is worth 15% per annum. Annual cash disbursements increases by 1,000 every year thereafter until the fourth year. The first cash disbursement amounts to 5,000. Okay, so if we are to draw its cash flow. So, na to ang cash flow ha. So, unsa daw ang present worth sa tanan cash disbursements kung ang first in disbursement is 5,000 and then increases by 1,000 every year. Therefore, if this is n equal to 1, first year is 5,000, increased ni 6,000 na ni, increase ni 7,000 na ni, increase 8,000 until fourth year, diba? So, n ta 8,000 kay n equal to 4. So, unsa daw ang present worth ani tanan? Okay, so pag ingon ani gani, uniform ang increase, 'di ba? Uniform ang increase. Gradient ni siya. Bali, this is made up of two cash flows, pang annuity o pang gradient. So, unsa man ang PA? Katong A times 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 over I times 1 plus I raised to n. So, kinsa man ato ang A ani? Kinsa man ang constant sa ila tanan? 5,000, di ba? 5,000 ang constant. So, 1 plus ang interest, 0.15 raised to 4 minus 1 over 0.15 times 1 plus 0.15 times 4. So, PA therefore is 14,274.89. Okay, sa ano lang ni siya, sa annuity, napa may PG. So, ang PG nato is katong sa formula na G over I times 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 over 1 plus I raised to n I minus n over 1 plus I raised to n. Taas, no? Sige daw. Let's solve. So, ang G na to is katong constant increase na 1,000. So, I is 0.15. So, 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4 minus 1. 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4 times 0.15 minus 4 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4. Okay, so how much is PG now? So PG is 3786.44. So i-add daw nato ni tanan. PA plus PG. So P therefore is 18,061.33. So mo ni tanan ang present worth kung ingon ani iyahang cash flow, 'di ba? Constant increase. So is there any way, other way we can solve this? Yes. Sige, reason ako ha, basta mao na siya using the uniform gradient series na formula. Pero na pa other way pud jud ani, na dili pud ta mag-memorize og formula. Oops. Okay, so ngun ani yang other way. Remember na pwede mo pud ni siya 5,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 1 plus 6,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 2, diba? Plus 7,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 3 plus 8,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4. Yun. Still, the answer is 18,061.33. Okay? A firm is considering the installation of an automatic data processing unit to handle some of its accounting operation. Machines for that purpose may be purchased for 20,000 or may be leased for 8,000 for the first year and 1,000 less every year and then until the end of the fourth year. If money is worth 15%, is it advisable to rent or buy the machine? Okay, so there is a firm which is thinking about acquiring a new machine. So, pwede sila mag-buy in which it will cost them 20,000 or pwede sila mag-rent. So, kinsa man ang pwede nila pilion, mag-buy or mag-rent. So, we already know the worth of it if mag-buy. Now, we shall know kung pila if mag-rent. Okay, so here is its cash flow. So, at the first year, 8,000. And then, mo lesser naman po daw na every year until the fourth year. So, money ang cash flow. So, as you can see, this is a gradient series kay, di ba, constant ang decrease in which tag 1,000 per year. Constant ang decrease. Okay? Or difference. Now, since we know that this is already gradient series, so we can say that the total present worth is PA plus PG, wherein ang PA nato, unahon nato ng 8,000 PA. So, 1 plus 0.15% raised to 4 kay n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 1 over 0.15 times 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4. So, this is 22,839.83. Ang PG naman, decrease man no. So, negative 1,000 over 0.15 and then 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4 minus 1. 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4 times 0.15 minus 4 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4. So, ang PG natin is negative 3786.436. Therefore, ang P nato, i-add nato ng duha. So, murag ma-minus na no. Kay negative man. Negative ha, kay decrease man, constant decrease. So, 19,053.39. Kung mag-rent, so, mas less, diba? Lesser ang bayaran if mag-rent. So, it is advisable to rent na lang. Okay? Pwede po na to ni siya i-solve without using all of this. Pwede ra ni dalo na to tanan sa present. 8,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 1 plus 7,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 2 plus 6,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 3 plus 5,000 over 1 plus 0.15 raised to 4. So, everything is 19,053.39. So, same lang gihapon og result. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.